worshipping grounds for the Retaliator with all the rose work around. You see at least one statue to the Retaliator in every garden space like this. So, bit of column A, bit of column B.
So, on that note, as they step out of the maze and they come across one of these statues, Caradoc just takes a moment, offers a quick silent prayer, paying respect.
You pay respects to your Newman. Well, sub-Newman, I guess, in a certain regard. But he is certainly the closest of the Clover Court to you, so you are Newman. You look upon this statue, familiar to you, of the Retaliator dressed in full plate armor, helm and all, with his sword stabbed into the ground next to him, and him holding out on his other free hand a rose, almost like someone throwing a rose out to the audience or up to a lovely lady. But from that rose, you see from the very bottom of its stem, it begins to spiral and shoot out, wrapping thorns around across his arm, across his back, down his front like a tabard, across his other arm. A thorny protection, one that he welcomes and accepts. All in the name and sake of beauty, like the rose he is presenting to the rest of the world. This is one you've seen, maybe not your usual one, but it is one you've seen before. And the statues do vary in their stylistic or idealistic depictions of the Retaliator. Eva walks aside you. And that's him, the Retaliator.
Yes.
Properly heroic.
Indeed.
Was that his rose bush we fell into?
In a manner of speaking, yes.
Not his directly. What was it? Sir Jarvis, no?
Sir Jarvis, yes.
She nods, looking at it. Immaculate work. The detail is... I think if any one of us were to press our thumb against one of those carved thorns, we would find it as effective as the ones we just landed in.
You would.
I'm good down here.
So, now that we've had the test subject, no offense, Emmerich, it stands to reason that we are in pursuit of you. She says, looking at you, Caradoc. Or rather, your home abode.
Stands to reason, yes. Looks around, thinks for a moment. Shouldn't take too long to head back. It's this way. Come along.
It is quiet as you guys exit out from this public garden space onto the cobble streets of Casa Rosa, wide for plentiful traffic and trade. There are people here, out and around, but they are few and far in between. Many shops and establishments are closed. Not boarded up, thank God, but it's weird to hear about this resplendent place that is Eulonia being so more akin to Velcaster in a certain respect, in a ghost town way. Caradoc, roll me your history, please. You may use your charisma or your intelligence, but I figure I know which one you're good. Oh, actually, wisdom too. Any of the mental stats. I could say either one of them working.
Okay. History. So add a 5 to this roll.
Roger that.
As he's looking around, he'd probably say, "So quiet. Where is everyone?"
So 9 plus.
Wait.
Waiting.
Magical guidance. Spend a sorcery point. I'll watch you roll even lower.
I'm not looking.
No, it's good.
It's good. Hey, let's go. So 19 plus 5, so 24 is pretty good. There's something eerie about all of this, and that's throwing you off. And with the precedent set with Emmerich folk over there, that this is sometime in your past, you're thinking, what point in time would have robbed the city of its denizens in the streets, and it quits immediately.
Coughing sickness?
Yes. You think perhaps if you're trying to find yourself, and not in some spirit quest sort of way, but like physically find yourself, it could be your home, like Eva speculated, but you were awfully busy during this period, yeah. Either or.
Okay. I remember this.
You hear from a nearby building.
I was afraid of that.
Ooh.
There was a bout of coughing sickness a few years back in my late teens. It was about the time I started getting my formal training as well, in religious training. We need to find my grandfather, and then we need to head to the temple.
Lead the way.
We'll be right behind you. He pulls his mask back over his nose and mouth.
Yeah, that's fair.
Don't worry, Falk. My grandfather has a treatment if you do get sick.
I'd rather avoid getting sick to begin with, but... well, we've been down that road before. Let's go.
We have. I lead the way.
You lead the way.
Lead the way.
You lead the way.
You begin going down the familiar streets of your home city. This is probably the quietest as you've ever seen or experienced them. Not just in this dream sequence, but back then as well. You pass by familiar establishments, a butcher's shop and its rival competitor just across the way, the two of them having some camaraderie rivalry between the two of them, offering different products for the people. You see off in the distance the main temple to Sir Jarvis, but in general to the Clover Court. The one that you found yourself so busied in. You begin leaving the centrality of Casa Rosa, going off in a bit away, not too far though, to your familial home, your ancestral home. It doesn't take long. Faster than you would normally get to it, given that the streets are empty, or near empty. And soon enough, you spot it. Now, what was it called?
The Hearty Cauldron.
There it is. Complete with the oh-so-fun sign that dingles towards the top of the door. The double-set doors for such wide crowds. Describe this place. Is it tucked amidst a bunch of other buildings? Does it have its own little pavilion that is built upon? Like elevating it not only physically but also in stature? Like what does the Hearty Cauldron look like? What does your home look like?
So imagine almost like a residential street. There's like cobblestones, there's flowers along the walls, some vines growing up, there's a vibrancy, there's like a well out in the street with some vegetation on it. And like nestled in between some other buildings, there's a slightly not higher but wider building that's got two doors. And there's that little sign with the cauldron that's slightly askew, and there's like this little smoke coming out of it. And off to the side there is another sign with a pair of it's like a pair of shears or like a little sickle for cutting herbs, and it would be like a bundle of some kind. It looks like wheat or grain or some such on the other side. And the door Caradoc seems to be looking at is the one with the sickle and the grain.
As of right now, the place is perhaps not closed, but certainly bereft of any customers. The tavern part, that is.
Yeah.
in sheer polar opposite of it, you see quite a crowd has accumulated towards the apothecary's entrance. Well, not entrance, but you know what I mean. The approach of it, not the exact door, but on the way over. That sector of the building.
He's sort of standing there, frozen mid-step.
This is the place, Garth-Mod.
He nods.
Garth-Mod, got you.
I lift up my visor.
Is you? You see this more portly and elderly individual, a bit hunched over, a bit of a hunchback, begin walking over to you, using a wooden cane that he uses to balance himself. As he gets closer to you, he squints his eyes. It is you. I'm here to see Lucan, but you have to help me. This cough is fierce.
Is this Derek?
It is. Is it Derek or Dark?
Dark.
Dark.
Old man Dark. Alright, close your eyes. Dark, I'll help you.
He nods as he's coughing and holding his mouth. And he looks away.
I take both of his hands in mine, and I cast Lesser Restoration.
Hell yeah.
Which just outright heals sickness, right?
Yes.
Disease. Yeah, disease. Close enough.
I think I would like to try something.
No.
Yep. Watching this spell get cast, Emmerich Folk watches with rapt attention, and the spell still goes off, whether he makes a save or not, but use your action to force them to make a charisma saving throw using your warlock spell save. On a failure, the spell is cast as normal, and you siphon the knowledge of the spell.
Oh, so you're trying to steal the ability to cast.
Yes.
Lesser Resto. Okay.
You can steal spell? Cool. What the fuck?
You're not stealing, you're siphoning.
I'm gonna qualify as stealing for him.
Make a charisma save, Caradoc, or you could technically just choose to fail. It's your call. The thing is, you wouldn't know that Emmerich Falk is doing this. So yes, I'm gonna say your full name going forward.
I guess it depends on what it would feel like. Does it feel like something's trying to disrupt?
It feels like a different divinity, like another light, sort of trying to, combine into yours, and then pass through it. Right, so imagine two different lasers, two different light beams intersecting. There is at the point of intersection, there is interference. That's not to say it's destructive interference. Your light still passes through the other side, but so does it. But now the two of them are different.
Your spell is passing through a checkpoint.
Your spell is passing through a checkpoint, yes. What's up?
Can I sense where it's coming from? Or rather, let me ask it this way. Does it feel similar to what I saw and felt when I first saw Eva's divinity or celestial influence?
Yes.
Then I would choose to fail it, because I would assume it's her.
Yeah, that would fit. Definitely fit Eva's ML, wouldn't it? Okay, then congratulations, Emmerich Falk. You have now gained the ability to cast Lesser Resto.
I think he just whispers under his breath. Yeah, I think he says, "The Emperor conscripts your power."
Oh, no, that's good. I don't worry.
The Emperor.
Deus Volt. That's really quiet. Okay, just picking up. As you cast this spell, Caradoc, on Old Man Dark, you do have to like take his cane from him because he used that to stabilize and stuff to grab both his hands. But you quickly and promptly return it back to him as he stands a bit more upright now, and more importantly, he's not coughing up a storm.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. That's not from the sickness. This is me being old. Oh. He does like a bit of like a puts his hands here in like a pray motion in your direction, Caradoc. Oh, it's out here to shine through you, boy. Thank you.
You have. Now, if you have strength left, please go do see my grandfather and share this medicine with your neighbors.
I'll do my best. But you know me. And he taps the tip of his cane against the cobbled ground and tunk tunk. Got these old legs. But that's not gonna stop me from trying. And begins going off in a bit of a hurry.
All right. Going through that door is going to take us a long time. He starts heading for the cauldron entrance.
The actual tavern entrance. You enter in, the rest of you following behind him, and you see there actually are some people in here. A lot of social distancing, that or they just don't like each other, one or the other. There's some food distributed out amongst them. Some of them are a bit familiar. Some of your, I'll call it fellow neighbors or town denizens, and they raise like a drink at you, like yo, sort of aspects. But no one distinct. And obviously there are plenty of travelers in here as well, who sort of don't care about the sickness because they're not here for that long, which is a very blatant quarantine violation. But we're not going to talk about that. You enter into the tavern space. You don't see any of your family members out here running the place, which throws you off a little
weird.
bit. Yeah. You do hear a bit of a tizzy out in the kitchen space, though, off in a ways.
Father, is that you? I approach.
Caradoc! You see your father coming out from the kitchen space, dusting his hands off from some, you assume is flour. Ah, there you are. Where have you been, boy? Your grandfather is in great need of help right now.
I'll go see him presently.
He nods at you like, attaboy, attaboy! To I guess some of you in this party, is this what it is like having an approving father figure? Like, it's a bit alien to some of you, like, oh, that's what it looks and feels like.
Oh, hold on, I have to find a gift for this.
Oh, okay.
It's gotta be.
Is mother in the kitchen with you?
That she is. Finish up a stew for later. We think it'll keep longer for, he gestures out the tavern space, which is like, half empty, half filled. We'll keep it a bit longer and be a bit more harder. If you step out for a grandfather, and the market's still open, do try to get a bundle of mushrooms.
Which kind?
He leans back into the kitchen doorway. Which kind, love? I'm blanking on the name as Crash. It's like those like really small white ones, like little. No, not enoki. Like no, they're still big, like a notable mushroom.
Button mushrooms?
Oh.
Button mushroom. Thank you. Button. He leads back. Button.
Keep an eye out.
He nods, smiles at you. All right, I go on then.
Is he in the garden?
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming
we got to replant it at this rate.
In the...
She's in the workspace.
All right. I'll check in on her and go see your grandfather.
My apologies. He gestures at the rest of you. I've been so busy. Who are your friends?
I wasn't going to say anything, but
I introduced them each in turn. This here's Jin, Mina. That there's Dahlia. This is Falk.
Gaspard. My name is Gaspard.
He holds out. Shut up. He holds out his hand across the tavern like counter to shake those of you willing. Shake your guys' hands one by one by one by one.
I don't see
Hey,
why not.
Eva, Fias, Badger, Roma.
Oh. If you don't mind me saying, you guys are a colorful crew. Literally.
Damn.
Dahlia looks at her black fur like, yes.
I mean, you scan across. You got some greens in your outfits and all those
No,
other works.
absolutely.
Eva does quirk an eyebrow at that, but she doesn't comment on that. She just rolls along with it.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for inviting us into your home, sir. Oh, no. He does it just with just yesterday, you, Caradoc. Sam, you have to thank.
I don't want you here.
Eva smiles and looks at you. Thank you, Caradoc. She casts a
Slight
message.
bow.
She casts a message on you, and then she will proceed to ping everyone else. He sees us as us. Interesting.
Right, guys, I'm gonna quickly go because that's it. But see you later.
See you
Bye.
in a month.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Kirsty.
Bye.
Later, indeed.
I was gonna say as well, you're free to use the rest of my birthday tomes until like my birthday if you want.
That's not how this works.
Is it not?
Nope. You guys can't just donate to each other because you know you'll be absent.
You can message me and I can say, can I give them out if they need it? Can they message me? No. Ah, damn. Okay. Well, I tried. See you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye, Kirsty.
You could just fucking embezzle her freaking tome of favors, wash
You
it free,
can
launder it.
in character for
I mean,
her.
like, the only one we can really use for each other is divine inspiration. Since
Which
it's just a
she's
question.
used.
Yeah, exactly. I guess
There's
bumbling
one other
buffoon.
that's a roll that can be used
Womp womp.
on other people.
Bumbling buffoon. Oh, reroll any roll, dreams and expectations.
That one can also be for anyone, I think.
Womp womp.
No matter.
Neep nerp.
She knew that she was gonna be bowing out, so this is why you shouldn't get the too good to you syndrome. Yeah, burn through your birthday tomes
Like I did.
like you did.
I've been thinking about them because, my birthday was a couple months ago, and I was like, is it too early to use one? And then
Meanwhile, I'm sitting here with Champion of Fate, like, let me do something.
Um,
All right, pleasure meeting all of you. Please make yourselves comfortable, and if you need anything, it's on the house. Thank you very much, sir.
oh, forgive me. I didn't introduce my father. This is my father, Ban Mavsesian.
He has like two thumbs tucked into like a belt, and he holds up a hand like, "Yo."
You said ban?
B-A-N. Ban.
Nice.
Dude, your dad's chill as fuck.
Oh,
Man, what was the last name?
Oh, don't tell. He whispers conspiratorially to you, Caradoc. And your mother.
My mother, of course.
Love, come out here. The Caradoc brought some new friends over. Oh.
He does like a face palm, like, oh, here we go.
Eva quirks an eyebrow at this, like, and then out. Wait, you have art of.
I will post the art of the family
Can you
so
just?
they can
Yeah,
look
can
at
you
it.
just? Oh wait, no, I can copy it from the PDF.
It's all good. I'm ahead of you.
Yeah, okay.
He's got it on
Okay,
stamp.
okay.
He is ready.
I get it. All right.
Robert Jits.
Here you go.
It says land there, but that's a typo. It's ban.
Ban.
Oh, that's
Then-
right. I've seen this.
Out enters the woman in question. All of you, might I introduce my beloved Marlena? She's like wiping her hands on like a smuck. And she scans across like that 9-10 of you. Oh. I heard a lot of voices. She's like rubbing her hands like even faster now. I heard a lot of voices. I didn't think there'd be so many. Hello. And she holds out her hand to shake. Just like Ban did, more or less. Although definitely weaker grip. A pleasure. She goes down and across the board.
Dude, your mom has a weak grip.
My mom could beat you.
Your mom is a girl. Your
Mom
mom,
could beat. No, I get it.
your mom punches like a girl.
Oh my god.
Your son is very gregarious, makes a lot of friends.
Good. It's always good to have
Caradox
more
says nothing.
friends. It is always good to have more friends. More ears to lend, more shoulders to lean upon.
More mouths to feed.
Kick you. I kick
And
him
I-
the shit.
She points a finger at you, Falk, Emmerich, and while looking to you, Caradoc, Montessian. That's good.
Everyone's names are getting used.
You have a jokester amongst your new friends.
I certainly do.
Oh yeah, he'd be talking like a clown a lot. He says looking up and away. With a smirk on her face.
Falk looks around like, who are we talking about?
We shouldn't keep them love. Right. Go on and see your grandfather. He's in the back in the garden. I already told him. Hush. She wants to figure it. Hugs a hand at a band. Like, hush. He's like, okay, I already said it, but okay. Tell him a second time, okay. He walks away.
I go around the counter, intercepting him, give him a hug, then hug my mom.
He does like the pat hug, sort of like, very loud and pronounced, like, pat on your back.
It goes clank clank.
That catches Eva. And she messaged you guys again. They see us, but not the armor. Interesting.
Dreams. Conforming to his desires. He wants them to perceive us for who we are, but they don't want him, or he doesn't want them to ask questions about his armor.
Interesting. So,
I head
Hugs.
through the
hugged and kisses with your
apothecary.
parents. You head
Yes.
over to the apothecary section of the building. The rest of you following in some roundabout way, perhaps, unless you guys all shuffle behind the counter.
lemmings.
Lemmings
Damn!
off the cliff, just like Bruno.
We didn't even say anything confirming or denying, and you're already dissing us. Damn! I thought coming home would be nicer.
hometown hostility.
Falk, who was a
Apparently.
falcon, not a lemming, is gonna take a roundabout way. He actually goes out the front so he can resummon Edelweiss. Now we're well away from
Oh my
the thorn bush.
Yeah, that's fair. You guys eventually congregate in the garden space. How big is this garden space? Like, is it a courtyard or is it like an for in terms of like
A garden.
walking? Okay, I know it's a garden, motherfucker. So
Damn.
is it like the palace Versailles Palace gardens, or is it like what was constituted a garden in my backyard, which is half dead?
Dirt.
Half buried
I
dirt.
imagine it's basically a bush wall that's pretty high, with like an herbal garden with like almost like a wild meadow situation with paths snaking through
Oh,
it,
yeah.
Nice.
and it's
nice.
like medicinal plants and stuff. In terms of size, I think you could. It's about as wide as the building, but probably not that deep. So it's
Deep.
like a rectangle.
Gotcha. Makes perfect sense. To a couple of you, to Jin, this is a bountiful, beautiful space of nature, well kept, well maintained. That your mark is tinkling, so to speak, like Spider-Man. To Dahlia, there's many alchemical and medicinal ingredients here, most of which you don't recognize.
She is so keenly interested right now. She's at full attention.
And you see Lucan who's sat upon a stool next to one of the hedge walls.
Ooh,
Sort of
there would be like a little
tent.
sitting area where you can take coffee and stuff.
Nice, like a little patio.
Yeah.
Afraid he is not sat at the patio. He is currently collecting some ingredients that are grown near the hedge wall itself. Some tall, viney roots, or not roots, they're vines, obviously, but a tall, viney, sort of spindly plant. And he has this quaint smile on his face, just sort of like